All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of Workbench Warfare. We're on episode number 8, and today we're going to continue on with the turning this guy into a Dreadnok project. Here we have him in all his glory, and we're going to point out some small additions I made off camera. So right here we have a couple of grenades that I believe I pulled off of Heavy Duty's belt, his sling belt. And then we have a bracelet, which was formerly an armlet of, I believe, Buzzer. The spray paint application of his pants has dried really well. It does look like it's kind of distressed and splattered a little bit. It's looking a little shiny in the torso, which the matte spray should not be causing. We've got a little smudge back there. Get that off with some acetone. But today we're going to talk about putting some soft goods on him. And first thing I'm going to show you is the jacket that we're going to put on him. It is a sleeveless denim jacket. Looks pretty good on him. I've already tried it on. And it was dyed. The dyeing process did not go as planned. Started out as this. Obviously cut the sleeves off, and what we tried to dye it with was RIT black dye because it is cloth, but it is not cotton. And unfortunately, polyester does not take dye well. So I did add some RIT synthetic dye. This is not the right color, but I ran out of the other bottle. Please note here it says synthetic. This is frost gray. I used graphite because synthetic does not have a straight black color. So some other things we're going to use today is we're going to use some Loctite vinyl fabric and plastic flexible adhesive. We have the paper plate here because when this comes out of the bottle, it's like the dike is breaking and water going everywhere. So we also have some application tools, high-speed toothpicks. We have some other application tools, 2 sets of tweezers, and let's see if I can show these well to the camera. We have some patches that are going to go on the back of the jacket. The jacket. If you watch The Sopranos, you know that reference. If you don't, I got nothing for you. And we got a pick sculpting tool, and we're using the blunt end. You'll see why in a second. Now, first thing we want to do before applying these is put the jacket on him. Let's show you how that looks. Way over here off camera, I've got his head, his primary weapon, and some more accessories. So I actually already queued up some things for the next episode for us. There he is. I'm loving how that's looking. It's pretty tough. Kind of looks like a charcoal gray. I noticed his pants when we took the camo off them. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I also did his boot laces in purple, which was an exercise in aggravation with a toothpick. So basically just all the way down. Get this. The sound effects are free. I don't charge extra for that. All right, so this is going to be our workspace right here. Gonna zoom in a little on that. Move Mr. Soon to be Dreadnok. There we go. Because you need to see what I'm doing. I have not done this before. So there might be some cursing in this. My thought was put the glue on the paper, apply the glue with a toothpick to the back of the patch, put one patch on at a time, work top to bottom, and press them in place. Okay, this is not punctured. And what did I say? The glue just popped right out on the plate. Awesome. So we're already making a mess. Cool. I'd like to give a big shout out to the guys that are mowing the lawn outside. They're making a lot of noise. There's a little, you probably can't see it on camera, but there's a little string there. I'm using the 2 lines on the jacket as measurement for the rocker on top. And that is what that is called, a top rocker. Because he's also gonna have the bottom rocker. And these just say Florida, so guess what? He's gonna be a Florida Dreadnok. That's just the way it's gonna go. All right, I'm gonna say optimistically that went on pretty good. Now, I had somebody tell me the other day, you make this look easy. Well, okay, it's not easy. And the thing is before I do these episodes, I do not do a dry run, but I do write down and I do what's called storyboarding the episode, and I make a plan. Lady Spartan would joke and say he doesn't do anything without making a plan. He didn't even take a dump without making a plan. It's probably true because I bring my phone with me like all the rest of you do. That's a little close to the top rocker. But guys, that glue is probably sealing super fast, so I don't really have a lot of choices. So yes, as I was saying, I make a plan. I look at the plan right before I start filming, and then I work the plan. That's an old phrase that I like to use. Besides, 2 is 1, 1 is none, and the only easy day was yesterday. The SEALs have a lot of cool phrases. Rangers just have Rangers lead the way, which is a cool phrase in and of itself. We have a whole creed, but work the plan, not the panic. Panic doesn't really let you work anything. Okay, so there we have it. Now, it does come with one that says MC, which we could put off to the right there. We're doing so good, you know what? We're gonna do that. And this did come with 2 sets. And from my notes, I do have a reminder to tell you all, I got this from, okay, now I can't find the MC ones. Oh. Bad Mother Tattoos. And he is on eBay. And he sells some amazing stuff. And I will be repping him at Joe Fest. And I do have a discount code for him for Lady Spartan folks. What do y'all think? I think that looks pretty badass. The last time I fooled around with something of this caliber, I did an actual overlay. I left it on the paper backer and I just glued it with regular glue and held it in place till it just freaking took hold. What I like about the jacket is it kind of flares out a little bit. Now, you could probably put a pinhole in there and put a small piece of wire and bend it. But it's already kind of doing the job on its own. You'll notice I cut the collar off because it kind of flares up a little on this one, almost like 80s style, like when we pop up the collars on our rugby shirts. Shut up, you know you did it. At least if you lived in Rhode Island, you did. New England. But yeah, I'm liking how this guy's coming together. I feel like we have Dreadnok energy right here. Right? And I know what head is going on here, so I know why we need that neck collar cut down. Like I said, I've got the insider info. The real test will be is if we can take this jacket on and off, and I do intend to make it removable. Not all items are removable on my characters. As a bonus, since you've been such good kids and quietly listened the whole time, not like you have a choice. Going to give you a preview on Mortis. Mortis has a very unique situation in that besides being a mercenary for Cobra and uses a Cobra issued Dragunov sniper rifle, Soviet made weaponry. He sports a couple of grenades and several AR mags for his modern AR. He's a tatted up guy, and he's of French Algerian descent because his French Algerian mommy made him with the infamous Major Blood. That's right, Mortis is the son of Major Blood, illegitimate as it were. Followed in Dadi. That's as close as I'm getting to a French accent. Followed in Dadi's footsteps and became a mercenary, and eventually made his way to Cobra, where Major Blood was like, look, kid. All right, guys, so this is part 2 to the video you just saw. It came to my attention during the rewatch that some things were not shown very well, and I apologize for that. I am not a videographer. I was not on the AV squad in school, to be sure. So what I want to do is just kind of go back over what you did not see well and kind of mime it. So what I did was I took the toothpick and put it in the glue, glazed it over the patch, and then changed hands, pressed it on there. And I did that for that patch, that patch, that patch, and that patch. Also, I know I teased a figure and I didn't show him very well. Mortis, son of Major Blood. A lot of exciting weaponry here, and I want to give a shout out to my good friend John at Top Fun Retro Toys 3D. And that is where the Dragunov and the AR and the grenades came from. And I don't deal with Destro and Mars for weaponry. He's too treacherous for me. I deal with John. He's a good guy. And he's ex-military. He's a former Marine warrant officer. So, you know, we share that common bond of military, kind of how Dookie and I share a common bond of being former military. There's only some of us in this hobby, so we tend to stick together. And the finished product, up to the lens there. Admittedly, I probably need some better equipment if I'm going to keep doing this. Microphone, a legit camera, etc. I have all the tools to do the customs, right? The figures. I was just outside spray painting a Cobra helmet in jungle green. Why? Another creation. And off camera, I was painting Mercer's, former Mercer's pants that they get lazy and they don't give us a belt. And I was painting a black belt with a red belt buckle. Why? That's another character. It's coming. Stuff for you guys to see and buy at Joe Fest. So again, apologies for the mis-shooting on the camera. I will try to be watchful for that. It would be helpful to probably have a videographer behind the phone, like the beautiful and intriguing Lady Spartan, but she's away at work right now, and I'm doing this before going to work myself. So here you go. Here he is. Thanks for watching.